You probably think leftovers are safer than fresh food. After all, they've already been cooked. The bacteria should be dead, right? So putting food in the fridge and eating it later should make it safer. But here's the strange part. A huge number of food poisoning cases don't come from fresh meals. They come from leftovers. Food that was cooked, cooled, stored, and reheated. That doesn't quite make sense, does it? If heat kills bacteria, why would reheated food be more dangerous? And what exactly is happening to your food while it sits quietly in your fridge? Because the answer isn't what most people think. Most of us were taught a very simple rule about food safety. Cook it well, store it in the fridge, and reheat it before eating. That's it. Heat kills germs. Cold slows them down. Problem solved. And on the surface, that sounds perfectly logical. You cook your rice, your chicken, your stew, everything is hot and safe. You put it in the fridge so nothing can grow. Then you reheat it later, killing anything that might have survived. So where's the danger? But if you've ever eaten leftovers and felt sick hours later, something clearly went wrong. And it's not just rare accidents. It's surprisingly common. The problem is, that simple explanation leaves out one crucial detail. What happens in between? Think about how leftovers actually work in real life. You cook food. It's hot. Then you leave it on the table to cool down. Maybe for 30 minutes. Maybe for an hour. Sometimes longer. Then you put it in the fridge. Later, you take it out, reheat it, and eat it. Seems harmless. But that cooling period, that quiet, boring window, is where the real story begins. Because bacteria don't just magically disappear when food is cooked. Some die, yes, but not all. And more importantly, some bacteria leave something behind. Something heat doesn't easily destroy. Here's the biggest misunderstanding people have. They think food poisoning is always caused by living bacteria. Tiny organisms that get into your body and make you sick. So naturally, the solution seems obvious. Kill the bacteria with heat. Problem solved. But that's not always how it works. In many cases, it's not the bacteria that make you sick. It's what they produce. Toxins. Invisible, tasteless chemicals that some bacteria release as they grow. And here's the uncomfortable part. Those toxins can survive heat. So even if you reheat your food until it's steaming hot, the danger might still be there. Now let's break this down step by step. Imagine you just cooked a pot of rice. Right after cooking, it's extremely hot. At that temperature, most bacteria can't survive. So far, so good. But as the rice cools down, it passes through what scientists call the danger zone. A temperature range where bacteria grow incredibly fast. Not slowly. Not gradually. Exponentially. One bacterium becomes 2. 2 become 4. 4 become 8. And before you know it, millions. Now here's where it gets interesting. Certain bacteria, like the kind often found in rice and starchy foods, can survive cooking in a dormant form. Almost like seeds. They don't die, they just wait. And when the temperature becomes just right, warm, but not hot, they wake up. They start multiplying. And as they multiply, they start producing toxins. Think of it like this. Cooking your food is like clearing out a room. But you didn't lock the door. So as the room cools down, something sneaks back in. And not only do they come back, they leave behind something toxic. By the time you finally put that rice in the fridge, the damage might already be done. Even if the bacteria stop growing in the cold, the toxins they produced don't just disappear. They stay, quietly, waiting. Then later, you take the rice out. You reheat it. It's piping hot again. It smells fine, looks fine, tastes normal. So you eat it. And a few hours later, your body tells a different story. Because reheating kills bacteria. But it doesn't always destroy the toxins they left behind. That's the part most people never hear. And it completely changes how you think about leftovers. But rice isn't the only example. In fact, some of the most common everyday foods behave in surprisingly similar ways. Take something like chicken. You cook it thoroughly. It's safe. But then it sits out on the counter after the meal. Maybe you got distracted. Maybe you were full and said, "I'll pack it later." That later matters more than people realize. Because just like with rice, the moment that chicken starts cooling, it enters that same danger zone. Warm enough for bacteria to grow, not hot enough to kill them. And chicken is especially sensitive because it's rich in protein and moisture, basically the perfect environment for microbes. Now imagine this. A few surviving bacteria begin to multiply. Not millions yet, but growing. And depending on the type, they can start producing toxins too. Then you finally put the chicken in the fridge. Growth slows down, but it doesn't reverse what already happened. Later, you reheat it. And again, everything seems fine. But if toxins were already produced, reheating doesn't erase them. That's how leftovers quietly become risky. Not because they're old, but because of how they were handled in those invisible hours in between. And here's where it gets even more surprising. Sometimes, leftovers can be more dangerous than the original fresh meal, not because time passed, but because time was spent at the wrong temperature. Think about a freshly cooked meal. It goes from hot, straight to your plate. Very little time for anything harmful to develop. But leftovers? They go through multiple phases. Hot, then warm, then room temperature, then cold, then warm again when reheated. Each transition is an opportunity, and bacteria take advantage of every single one. Now here's an example most people don't expect. Cooked rice left out overnight. It sounds harmless. People do it all the time. But this is actually one of the most common causes of food poisoning worldwide. There's a type of bacteria often associated with rice that produces toxins while the rice is cooling. And those toxins are heat resistant. So the next day, you can fry that rice, boil it, microwave it. It doesn't matter. The toxins can still be there. That's why people sometimes get sick from food that tasted completely normal. No smell, no warning. Just consequences hours later. And it's not just rice or chicken. Pasta, beans, soups, stews, anything that sits too long in that in-between temperature zone can develop the same problem. Especially large portions. Because bigger amounts of food cool more slowly. Meaning they stay in the danger zone longer. Which gives bacteria more time to multiply and produce toxins. So that big pot of stew you left to cool on the stove? It might be quietly becoming riskier by the minute. Now here's the moment where everything clicks. The real danger of leftovers isn't how long they've been in the fridge. It's how long they spend outside of it. That's the part most people ignore. We worry about 3 days in the fridge, or is this still good? But the real question should be, how quickly did this food cool down after cooking? Because once toxins are there, time in the fridge doesn't undo them. Reheating doesn't undo them. The risk is already locked in. And once you see it that way, leftovers start to look very different. It's not about avoiding leftovers. It's about handling that critical window between hot and cold. That's where safety is decided. So what does this mean in real life? It means small habits matter more than big ones. Like not leaving food out for hours before storing it. Like dividing large portions into smaller containers so they cool faster. Like getting food into the fridge sooner than later. Simple things. But they interrupt the exact moment bacteria need to become a problem. And once you understand that, the original question changes. It's no longer, are leftovers dangerous? It becomes, did this food spend too much time in the danger zone? Because that's the real risk. Not the leftovers themselves, but the invisible window where they quietly transform. And the reason this matters is simple. Food poisoning doesn't usually come with a warning label. It doesn't tell you, hey, something went wrong earlier. By the time you notice, it's already too late. So the next time you finish a meal and think, I'll pack this later. Just remember, later is exactly where the problem begins. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy videos that make everyday things finally make sense, subscribe to Ordinary Explained. And next time you open your fridge, you might look at your leftovers just a little differently.